Hi everyone, we're here today to speak to Mark Richards, the MD from Advanced Packaging in Chesterton, to talk about everything packaging. Hi Mark, thanks for coming today.
Hi Amanda, it's an absolute pleasure.
Brilliant, really appreciate your time. So Mark, you've been in the business of packaging a long time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how that started, how that interest developed, etc.?
Yeah, I've been in the business for 20 odd years now.
Man and boy.
Yeah, mostly man, I guess, because I'm getting really old. I started my life in a career in engineering and saw an advert, a rather vague advert in the Daily Telegraph, working for a packaging company. Joined that company. On the day I joined, they got taken over by a company called Smurfit, who are now Smurfit Westrock, one of the biggest packaging companies in the world.
Yeah.
I spent a really enjoyable 15 years or so working in quite a senior position there. And then just wanted to do something different, do something that was less kind of corporate. So joined a smaller packaging company, and then a friend of mine bought Advanced Packaging in 2022 and asked me to come run it, just because of the experience and background I'd got with sales and with machinery and production. So I've been there for just over 2 years now. Enjoyed every minute of it. It's been really challenging. I worked in the Staffordshire area many years ago when I was in engineering, so know the area reasonably well, like the area, like the people. So it was a pleasure to come up and work here. We've got a lot of great customers. We've got a lot of loyal customers, and loyalty is a really important thing.
Yeah.
And they're loyal to us because we give them a good service and we offer them help and support when they need it. So we just want to grow that over the next couple of years. The business has changed from the original business that Carl and Angela set up. Turnover's increased quite dramatically, so around 30% in the last 2 years. So quite significant. We want to grow the turnover as much as we can over the next few years, but we can only do that with the support from our customers, and they'll only support us if we're doing the right thing. So, it's really important that we tick all the boxes in terms of product, service, environmental credentials, making sure that they trust us. We're a trustworthy supplier. That's really important. We're not a huge company. We're not a corporate company, and that really helps us sometimes because we can act really quickly. Whether it's something we need to do for a customer, whether it's a piece of investment, we don't need to go through layers and layers to get an answer. The answer's there straight away. And I think that's a good thing about working with a smaller company versus a big corporate company. And we care, and we really care. We're not just saying we care. We 100% do care. So yeah.
So just remind me the areas that you want to cover, because I know we've spoken at length that, you really want to drive sales in the Staffordshire area. Just remind me the outline areas that you want to cover.
We're currently servicing kind of 80-mile radius of where we are, of Newcastle under Lyme. So we can go further, and it's not a problem going further. And we're competitive to go further. It's just that thing that if you really want to offer a great service, I think you've got to make sure that you're not going too far away. You're not losing your vehicles for hours and hours just to make a single trip. So our preference would be within that kind of 80 miles, and even more to say that within the Staffordshire area.
Yeah.
And there's lots of companies that deal with us. There's lots of companies that don't. It's the same old thing, really. You've got to earn your stripes to deal with a new customer, and that's what we're trying to do at the moment. So the short-term plan is to grow business very, very locally, because that's what we're good at, and we can offer that really local, strong level of service. And then where we need to, just go a bit further afield. But we're not frightened of supplying anybody in any area. We've got the ability, capability and support structure to do that.
Advanced Packaging has put an awful lot of investment into new projects, investment during the last 18 months. How have these projects improved the customer service?
Well, the customer service was always pretty good, but we've essentially just run out of space in the old building. The company was set up 17 years ago by a husband and wife team who did a fantastic job in bringing on and retaining customers and offering great service. So we just wanted to expand on. So last year we moved into a new building on the same estate, but it's new, it's bigger. And one of the reasons for moving into the new building was to install a new machine.
Yeah.
So the new machine was installed in September. So we've not had it that long. So it's been a little bit of getting used to something brand new, something different. But we're kind of there now in terms of all the investments, and it's all in place and ready to go.
Takes a while, but once you get there, you're hitting the ground.
Yeah, it was a significant investment. So the project was around about 5 million. So the building and machines and ancillary equipment. Yeah. So that all started last July. We moved into the new premises. The machine arrived in 1 million pieces in September. Was commissioned at the beginning of October. And we've been kind of getting used to it since October, but we're kind of there now.
Brilliant. So in your opinion, what sets Advanced Packaging apart from all other packaging distributors? What makes you different? What are your USPs?
Other packaging distributors tend to just buy and sell. So particularly with regards to corrugated boxes, they'll be buying those in from a third party.
Yeah.
That's fine. But during busy periods, that becomes a bit of a challenge. That's when lead times extend. And stock holding becomes kind of difficult for people who don't have the destiny in their own hands. So what the Casemaker gives us is the ability to be self-sufficient. So we make our own boxes. We're not reliant on third parties like the majority of our distribution competitors. We also then have a great knowledge of the product because we're in it every day of the week, every minute of the day. So from a technical support perspective, offering the right box, offering the right board grade, that's what we can do better than other people.
Brilliant. I think at the moment there are a lot of current challenges within the marketplace. How would you say you are meeting those challenges and dealing with those barriers?
It is a challenging time. It's challenging for a number of reasons. Firstly, the market in general is down the previous year.
Yeah.
That's because I think people are spending less on e-commerce packaging. So there's a bit of a turnaround, really. People would prefer now to go to a shop and touch and feel things rather.
Yeah, and to get that experience.
Yeah, and order it online. So demand in the UK has fallen, but conversely, raw material prices have started to increase. The paper mills have probably been in a position where they're not making the return that they feel they need to make. So just recently, there's been a raw material increase, and I think there might be another one on the way. So we've got to kind of sail through those choppy waters and make sure that we're doing the right thing for our customers and for our suppliers as well.
Yeah. Okay, so how does Advanced Packaging help its customers save money with the hidden costs of purchasing any packaging? How do you help them to just, trim off here and there, which overall makes a big difference to them?
Lots of ways, really. I think probably the biggest one, which we're sort of renowned for, is the ability to hold stock of critical lines for customers. Yeah. So we've got a few customers where we're holding stock of all their critical lines so they don't have to.
And that's quite niche, isn't it, for a packaging company? That sets you apart from your competitors.
Yeah. So we've got one particular customer where we're delivering 3 or 4 times a day, so almost kind of line side deliveries as and when they want the product. We manage their inventory on their behalf, hold stock at site, manufacture that stock to suit the requirements. And that's pretty unique, really, certainly in terms of the way we do it. Lots of companies can stock product, but we do it particularly well. We also then engage with our customers and collaborate with them on new projects. Certainly just lately, some projects that reduce the amount of packaging, reduce the amount of plastic, playing around with different board grades to get the same result, but more cost effectively or better for the planet, or both. So there's anything from stock control right through to project management. That's what Advanced do well.
And is that a part of the business that you want to grow and you've got the facility to grow that for clients?
Yeah, the new machine, the new building helps us do that. We've got lots of space. We're always looking to stock critical products for customers because it makes it easy for them. They don't run out, and we're in control of it as well from our perspective. So we want to do more of that. We want to engage with more local businesses, in particular, because we've got a really great offering.
Yeah, yeah. Being environmentally aware is absolutely massive at the moment, and so it should be, as we all know. It's a big tick box for large companies, and we need all to be striving towards that goal, that greener goal. How would you say that you help your customers meet their environmental objectives?
Well, we're fortunately we work in an industry that's got a product that's really environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
So we are selling a product that's 100% recyclable and it's biodegradable. A lot of the time, we're making a product that is made from 100% recycled material.
Yeah.
So we're kind of a long way down the environmental route in the first place, but we're doing a lot of work at the moment that's replacing polystyrene, that's replacing plastic, that's reducing the amount of corrugated product that a customer purchases. So I think Advanced are well adept to help customers meet their environmental goals.
The carbon footprint of the raw material, is that sourced within the UK?
Yeah.
So straight away, that's a massive thing.
So we buy all our raw material from the UK. We've got 3 really good suppliers that are all reasonably local to the area, delivering this to us every day.
Yeah.
When we order product, we make sure we're best utilising their transport as well. So we're filling their lorries so they don't have to make quite so many journeys.
Maximising every journey.
Yeah, and then we do the same with boxes. So when we're putting together orders for customers, we're planning the route just to make sure it's the most efficient use of our fuel, our vehicles, and our time and energy.
Yeah, I don't think you can do much more than that.
Not really. I mean, there are other things that we're looking at the moment. We're looking at possibility of using electric vehicles, as in delivery vehicles.
Yeah.
We've got electric and hybrid cars. But that's kind of new technology, so that's something that won't happen immediately, but it will happen at some point.
And obviously there's the problem, if a vehicle is electric, you've got to be able to replenish that
and it's a bit more of a problem with a commercial vehicle than it is a car.
Exactly.
The car, it's relatively easy. So all sorts of things that we want to try and do in the future, and a plan is to be carbon neutral within the next 5 years.
Right, okay, brilliant.
Mark, can we talk accreditations? Because they're so, important. Everybody wants to know what your accreditations are. They need to be on your website, etc., etc. And I know in your industry, especially working with the food industry, those accreditations are very, very important. Can you tell us why?
Well, the food industry need their suppliers to be correctly managed. So one of the biggest accreditations in the food industry is something called BRCGS. And we are BRCGS approved supplier. We're accredited supplier grade.
And what does that mean? What criteria do you have to fulfil to be compliant?
Oh, it's a whole load of things. It's from following a paperwork trail, so we know where the raw material is coming from. Our customers know where our products, so direct traceability. It's about making sure that you're producing product in a food safe environment. We're not accredited to supply boxes that are direct food contact. We're indirect food contact, which is what most of our industry is. There's a few exceptions that are direct food contact. But it's important that anything that's related to food, you're in control of the product, and you're in control of the process. You're making sure that any chemicals relating to machines and stuff are not contaminating the end product. So it's very, very vigorous accreditation. We get audited every year, as our competitors do. Really pleased with this year's result because we'd only just moved, so we had to be re-audited again from the start. And the guys in the factory did a fantastic job to make sure that we got through that accreditation, and we continue to do the right thing. And as a team, we know how important that is, particularly with our food customers.
Okay, with regards to green credentials, you've recently installed solar panels, haven't you, over all of the building?
Yep.
Just talk us through that. How's that working?
Really well. We installed solar panels on our old building last year. We've seen some real benefits from that. So electricity usage at that site, or the cost of electricity, has halved due to the solar panels. So that's a great thing. We will be installing solar panels on the new building at the back end of this year. Obviously, we had to get the rest of the project done before we start putting solar panels on the building. But that was always the intention. So that will be done by September or October. I'm guessing that the results will be very, very similar. Although the cost of energy has dropped considerably, I think you've got to take a view with solar panels that it's not just about a cost saving. And lots of companies kind of make these statements, and it's all a bit greenwashing, really. We want to put solar panels on because we want to be environmentally friendly. The cost implications as in reduction in energy costs is kind of a byproduct of that. So that'll be done this year. We did put EV chargers on the new building. All our cars at the moment either electric or hybrid, and we're exploring, as mentioned earlier, other alternatives in terms of electric lorries and other bits and pieces. So it's an ongoing process, and it's an ongoing process that lots and lots of our customers are going through as well. So we work really well with customers who are also looking to do the same thing.
And you're always working towards becoming greener. Yeah,
I think so. I think you've got to. It's a precious resource that we've got, and we have a product that is green. So you can't have a product that's green and then waste everything somewhere else. So we want to make sure that our whole process is environmentally friendly to match the environmentally product that we already sell.
What are the future plans to further improve customer service at Advanced, would you say?
In terms of machinery, we'll have a phase 2 of our investment, which will probably start at the end of 2025. Can't really talk about a lot at the moment, but that's something that we've got in place. We want to establish more collaborative work with certain customers. There's a lot we can offer in terms of the technical knowledge of the people at Advanced that really help customers save money, and sometimes it's about looking beyond just the unit cost of the box. Look through the logistics chain, look at how you can improve that, rather than saving 2 or 3 pence on a box. There's lots of hidden costs that we're quite good at finding, and we're quite good at solving for customers.
And I suppose that stems from, how many years has the company been going?
The company's been going about...
Carl and Angela.
Yeah, Carl and Angela Pender set the company up. They did a really, really fantastic job, so we've inherited something that's got a great base to it. It's just our job now to carry on that legacy and carry on growing and offering customers the best product and service that we can, really.
And knowing you, Mark, I know...
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
No problem at all. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
Okay.